In this video, we are creating Giovanni's ultimate team in Pokemon. I'll put together a complete team of 6 Pokemon, all being quite strong and compatible. And no, I'm not just picking Pokemon that Giovanni could have because he does own Pokemon. However, because Giovanni's team isn't complete in the anime, I'll have to add more Pokemon from the games and elsewhere. If you're wondering why I want to form the ultimate team for Mr. Giovanni, it all comes down to Ash possibly fighting him in the future of the anime. Whether Ash fights him in the final episodes of the show or makes a cameo in the future series, it would be an epic showdown that would require the ultimate team. Which is why I'm making it, of course. And as always, this is all based on the anime logic and not the game's logic, so don't be surprised if there's some repeated types. Let's start off with the Pokemon Giovanni owns in the anime, or should I say origins, because the only known Pokemon Giovanni has in the main series anime is his trusty Persian. Giovanni debuts in Pokemon Origins Episode 3. At the beginning of the episode, Red tries to stop Giovanni from doing illegal things with Pokemon. He was doing bad guy stuff with Pokemon. I don't know, Red just needed to save the day, okay? He uses a Nidoqueen, and we soon realize that Nidoqueen is hella overpowered by knocking out Red's flippin' Charizard with only 2 moves. Origins Giovanni is not to be trifled with. He is so amazing that he flies away in his tiny helicopter contraption, never to be seen again. Until he does just 10 minutes later, and Red is thrilled for a rematch against the head of Team Rocket. This battle, Giovanni employs 2 Pokemon, Rhyhorn, who destroyed the majority of Red's squad, and Rhydon, a ground and rock Pokemon that lost to a fire flying. Yeah, you know, what I just said about Giovanni being good in Origins, I take that back now. Can't forget Giovanni's flashbacks of him as a boy and his little Charmander, although we never actually saw it after that. As far as the anime goes, aka Origins, we have seen Persian, Nidoqueen, Rhyhorn, Rhydon, and Charmander. Some people might also include Mewtwo, but Giovanni never actually caught Mewtwo in a Pokeball, thus he doesn't own it, but I'll explain more later. Obviously, these Pokemon aren't enough to make the ultimate team, so this is where we have to dive into the games and manga, mango, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, before recording this video, I extremely underestimated how many Pokemon Giovanni owns in the games. He owns 24 different species in total, and I think you'd be surprised to see what he actually has because I was. Let's begin with his original OG squad back in Pokemon Red and Blue. The first encounter that you came across with Giovanni, he uses an Onix, Rhyhorn, and Kangaskhan. What's funny is that I just noticed the Rhyhorn only has 1 move, and that is Horn Attack. You'll also start to notice he has a lot of ground type Pokemon because that's his type, other than the normal type, I guess, for Persian. The next time you encounter him, he keeps the Rhyhorn and Kangaskhan, but adds in a Nidorino and Nidoqueen. Yeah, Giovanni also has an odd obsession with the whole Nido family. When you meet him in Viridian City, where he is the gym leader, his team is made up of all ground types, and the new Pokemon that appear are Dugtrio, Nidoking, and Rhydon. Another thing I noticed is Rhydon looks very similar to Nidoqueen and King. Again, more conspiracies to be made. I'm just gonna spam through the rest and tell you what Pokemon he uses for each of the battles. In Pokemon Yellow, his team is slightly different because the game is slightly different than Red and Blue. Never mind, the only difference in these games is that for some reason, Persian is replacing Kangaskhan. RIP Kangaskhan. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Giovanni adds a Honchkrow to the team. In Black 2 and White 2's Kanto Leaders Tournament, Giovanni has a crazy team of Rhyperior, Golem, Marowak, Sandslash, and Nidoqueen/Queen, which we already have. Did I say Nidoqueen twice? But boy, that changed a lot from the normal Pokemon we're used to seeing. And if you think that's crazy, in the World Tournament, he used his Garchomp, Gliscor, Crocodile, and Hippowdon. The other 2 are Rhyperior and Nidoking, but we already have those, so. Can we take a second and just talk about how dope this team is? Apparently in Black and White 2, he was really good, and now I kinda understand why. I mean, he's got the Garchomp. Basically Gooter's uncle. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon added a flippin' Mewtwo to his team. I don't know where that came from. Not to mention, it can Mega Evolve, which makes his Pokemon even more messy to mess with. At this point, you're probably wondering if Giovanni even has any more Pokemon. Well, say hello to the battle agency, cause he's adding Exeggutor, Gyarados, and Arcanine. Only about 0.6% of viewers know about all of Giovanni's Pokemon I mentioned, but fewer know about the ones he owned in Pokemon Stadium. Most are wondering what even is a Pokemon Stadium. Well, okay, stupid, you know what a Pokemon Stadium is, but I'm talking about the strategy game that came out for the Nintendo 64 back in 1894, or some year like that. I don't remember which one. The game is just Pokemon, but only the battling part. And we all know Pokemon is known for their incredible stories, thus nobody that I knew played this game. The Pokemon Giovanni is getting from Pokemon Stadium is Tauros, Gengar, and Moltres. Wait, What? This one just doesn't make any sense to me. You would think Mewtwo if they wanted to give him a legendary, not Moltres. Gengar I actually like, cause he do be looking a bit studious. Perfect for a villain, but why Moltres? The last form of content we can pull from is the manga, but Giovanni kind of already uses the same Pokemon over again, except for a Machamp. But that Machamp is dead. I'm not joking. So basically the manga is useless to pull from. Now let's start saving the best Pokemon so that I can create Giovanni's ultimate team. I'll begin by saving Pokemon from the anime/origins. The first and only Pokemon that will be saved is Nidoqueen, because it's Nidoqueen. You can't picture a Giovanni team without a Nido from the Nido family in it. Oh, and also Persian. It's Giovanni's flippin' Persian, okay? In the games, I'm gonna save Kangaskhan, another staple in his team, Dugtrio, cause he commonly uses it throughout the regions, Nidoking, cause why not, Honchkrow, an awesome scary bird, Rhyperior, the superior Rhyhorn and Rhydon, Golem, since every bad guy needs a Golem, Marowak, because I love this Pokemon, Garchomp, might be a stretch, but cool nonetheless. Ooh, the bars. Gliscor, since it's amazing. Crocodile, cause Ash Ketchum. Hippowdon, cause it's powerful and big and fat. Mewtwo, at first we thought he didn't own it, but turns out he does in the games. Tauros, he's a cool bull. Gengar, I love Gengar. And lastly, Moltres, even though I said what I said, it's still a legendary Pokemon. Time to create Giovanni's ultimate team with the Pokemon I saved. And to make everything fair, I decided to make two separate teams. One with Pokemon that best represents Giovanni, for example, the Pokemon that we could see Giovanni actually using. The other team will be Giovanni's best S team with the strongest Pokemon possible. I'll start with the team that best represents him. Right off the bat, we gotta get Persian. This dude is a no-brainer. Giovanni's literal starter, the one he stumbled upon as a kid and became the icon known today. We also see Persian in battle wreck Ash's Pikachu, so not only is it iconic, but also hella strong. Although that was Ash Unova, so maybe he gets a pass. The next Pokemon to join the ultimate team is Nidoking/King. I decided to include both of them on the team because they are essentially the same, except one is blue and the other one is purple. Am I wrong? Nah. I didn't think so. Giovanni also used these Pokemon on almost every single team he had, which makes them iconic in their own right. Rhyperior, who is joining the team, is another great example of almost every time we see an evolution of Rhyhorn, Rhydon, or Rhyperior, we see a similar pattern. I was sort of debating on whether I should go with Rhydon since he uses that way more than he uses Rhyperior, but I'm just gonna go Rhyperior for the sake of it being easier, but basically this whole evolution line works. Golem, for the sake of it being a great Kanto bad guy villain dude Pokemon. Come on, Golem is literally the embodiment of bad guy Pokemon. And 99% of the time, he's just there to look intimidating and get absolutely steamrolled in 3 seconds. Dugtrio, Wugtrio, we all love Wugtrio, the best gang on the block. They're super cool and show up quite frequently on Giovanni's teams. Lastly, Kangaskhan. This was a bit of a hard choice between this, Gengar, and Marowak. Marowak is just not bulky enough and Gengar is a bit of a stretch. Kangaskhan just feels like it can crush you if it falls on you, so for that very reason, he is on the squad, and this is the best representation of Giovanni's realistic team. Now for the team that everyone here wanted, which was Giovanni's best team, aka the ultimate team. The number one spot, you saw it in the thumbnail, and it is none other than the infamous Mewtwo, the one from the games, not the anime, because again, he never actually caught one. If Professor Oak gets a Mew, then it's only fair if Giovanni gets to have a Mewtwo, since they're pretty much rivals. The times we saw Mewtwo in the anime, it was a beast, and it even turned Ash into stone and almost destroyed the world. You can't make his team good without Mewtwo. Same with the next Pokemon on this list, which is Persian. Again, I already explained why Persian is on team 1, but he's here again, because this dude destroyed Ash's Pikachu and is Giovanni's partner, so it has to be strong, or else Mr. Geo wouldn't use it. Third spot goes to Crocodile, mainly because he fits the vibe and has the strength to defeat high-level Pokemon. Crocodile is also a dark type, aka evil type, aka Giovanni type, meaning that claim alone also boosts the power of this dude. Like, who doesn't like Crocodile? At the end of the day, Crocodile is just a fast, hard hitter. Another fast and hard hitting Pokemon with even better stats than Crocodile is Garchomp. No surprise there. Garchomp is a useful Pokemon all around and is very threatening to go against. I know from experience, and this is why we see characters like Cynthia using it. It's just so damn powerful. Perfect for an evil villain trying to conquer the world. Who else do we have? Oh yeah, Gengar. I thought long and hard about this, but Gengar is a great pick for several reasons. First, it's a ghost type, so we get a bit of type diversity in his team since most Pokemon would have been ground types. Second, it's a Gengar, a cool third stage Mon that again fits Giovanni and Team Rocket because It's purple. Third, I think Gengar outmatches many of the other Pokemon that Giovanni owns, which is why Gengar is joining the ultimate team. The one I've been saving for last, and the most unique by far, and I'm sure you already guessed it. Yup, Charmander, Giovanni's first ever Pokemon. I think. Well, no, it's actually Moltres. Like, come on. Legendary fire-flying Pokemon, yeah, it's coming on the team. I'm not gonna lie to you though, Giovanni having a Moltres feels so weird to me. I think he also has a Zapdos in Pokemon Stadium, but gave that away to a Team Rocket run. God knows why. I don't even know anymore. Here's the final team. I hope it meets your standards, and join my Discord. Bye!